Hi there, I'm Leo. Welcome to the channel. Today I'll show you how to use the MCP feature to scrape. This has become kind of popular, especially around Firecrawl. I've seen a couple videos around this, but I don't know if they explained exactly, especially for non-technical people, how this works and why is MCP so beneficial. So first things first, let's head over to ScullyDraw. I have abstracted this to a point where we're using the Mario game to explain it. Before we had an AI at which we could give it a tool. This tool would be another workflow inside of our system. This tool would then guide to other tools that we would have to set up. So from this tool, we would have to instruct it when to use the jump feature, when to use the go left, and when to use the go right. Okay, so all this was on our hands to handle. Then for specifically setting up each one of these workflows, we would have to perform an API fetch. For this example, the fetch would be made over to Nintendo servers. And the bad part about all this structure is that, well, okay, we have customization here, but not so much because actually this isn't really customizing anything because we're using Nintendo servers. So the API fetch will just hit Nintendo's endpoint. If at some point Nintendo told us, okay, you shouldn't fetch using the jump feature, like you shouldn't press the up key. What you should press should be W. To fix that now inside of my tool, now obviously there are some ways you can go around this. So if Nintendo had an SDK, you could create a custom n8n node, but yeah, MCP just makes this way much easier and you'll see that in just a bit. So if Nintendo changed it over to W, I would have to configure this entire tool, maybe even configure the prompting of this tool, which could be also an AI agent. Well, it all depends on how my workflow was structured. Now with MCPs, all I have are these two. And you'll see this in a moment. If Nintendo makes any changes to the jump feature, this will be made in their servers. So I don't have to worry about what's happening to their servers. The MCP will take care of that. It will hit those servers and whatever changes Nintendo did make will now be applied inside of a tool. And I can abstract that completely and not have to change this every single time. So now it's more reliable for me to have a tool that I don't have to worry what the server, what the tool did and have to keep updating it because that tool will probably already update their MCP servers. And to give you an even better example of why this is huge, look at this workflow I created about more than a month ago. It's using the Firecrawl API. So one endpoint is the map endpoint, then it goes on to start scraping, and this is the scraping endpoint at which I fetch for the result. If the result didn't come back, I loop until the result is done. This was the first version. And then, okay, I decided, oh no, I'm going to use Firecrawl's SDK. To make it even smoother, I'm going to wrap it around a custom node. Then I created this node and like it abstracts away a lot. But still, I have to place in the JSON example. Okay, it gets it shorter. But now with an MCP, you give all the tools over to the AI. The AI understands everything it has access to. Like, look at this prompt. It's nothing. You're a helpful assistant. Answer the user as soon as you have the necessary information. Use the available tools to answer the user. Like, this is so easy. And I limited it to a maximum of 5 iterations. I mean, this is pretty insane, to be honest. If I place in something like this, yeah, this is all I sent. Scrape this website and get me a description for it in a single sentence. Then I placed the link of the website. It fetched for the Firecrawl tools, got all the tools it has, used Firecrawl's endpoint, and now returned to me based on the scraped content. Here's a description in a single sentence. Yeah, awesome. I don't think there's an easier way to scrape things at this point. So at this point, you might be thinking, okay, just shut up and show me how to use this. And you might already have installed the n8n nodes MCP, but if it didn't work, it's probably because you didn't configure this environment variable, which is the n8n community packages allow tool usage. You have to set that as true. And if you are running this locally, let me just hit run n8n ps1 because I'm in Windows. Okay, it created the container. It's now running. Email Leonardo. Nice, get started. Skip, start from scratch. Let's add an AI agent that will automatically run the chat message received. Let's add the chat model. We'll use Anthropic. To use Anthropic, let's create a new key, add, copy key, head back here, API key, saved it. Now we have to add the custom node. And custom nodes do not work if you're using the n8n cloud, only self-hosted. You'll head over to community nodes right here, install community node. It's right there, hit install. Wait for some seconds. Nice, now that it's installed, you can head back to your workflow. Hopefully it didn't delete the workflow. Okay, nice. So just save your workflow and refresh the tab. Now searching for MCP, you'll find it right over here. So the first thing you'll want to do is list available tools. If you run this, you'll get an error. Problem in Node MCP client. Failed to execute operation. Node does not require credentials. Perfect. And why is that? I did this specifically because there are some people that already run this locally. And the fix is basically heading over to your environment variables. And as I said earlier, just head over here, grab this environment variable, place it in there. Then let's run a set node. This set node will say env, hit equal, AI. And then the one I have set up here is env. It's not AI, it's env. Okay, test setup. It won't work because I have the MCP client node in here, but if I test setup right now, you'll see that I have TST. And why TST? Because this is exactly the node I have over here. If I run this right now, it won't work because I have to rebuild my container. If you build the container correctly, you won't lose your past workflows. But if you're not sure, just go through each workflow, downloading them. After you're done with that, just head over here and execute the same command. So run n8n ps1. Okay, it has stopped, removed, and is now restarting. Let's open it to see what's happening in there. Initializing n8n process. Nice, now it's accessible. If I open it up here, I can go over to my workflow, hit test setup, and now I can see my environment variable running just fine. Now if I use the same MCP client node and ask it to list the available tools, I might not get anything because I don't have a credential set up. For the Firecrawl MCP server, inside of their documentation, you'll find the command being npx. So place that over here. Get the argument, which is y and Firecrawl MCP. Place it just like that. And as for the environment, you can toggle the expression on. Place that just like that. Head over to Firecrawl, create API key. I'll create this one being blah. Copy that, head back, paste it right in there, save. And now if you run this, it should return all the tools available from Firecrawl. Remember that you might be using a lot more tools. So place this credential as Firecrawl credential. Add a tool, MCP client tool. First thing you'll want to do is list tools because you want to give the AI agent the ability to see which tools it has available. Firecrawl tools as well. And then you'll want to use the MCP tool once more. Execute tool. The tool name will be defined by the AI. So all you have to do is from AI, then place in something like Firecrawl tool name. Next to it, you'll place the description. So call this tool whenever you need. So to be even more specific, I'll say scraper tool names. Finally, this should be a string. As for the tool parameters, leave it all for the AI. So just toggle that on, head back, save. Now probably the last thing is just prompting this to understand what it needs to do. Honestly, I think just by saying this, it will understand. If not, we'll make some adjustments, but for now, let's open up the chat and I'll say something like, get me the latest news. 1 cent, please. Okay, sent that out. The AI agent is now using Firecrawl tools to figure out which tools it has available. Same as before. Now it's using the actual Firecrawl API. So at this point, it used Firecrawl to fetch for a lot of different websites. I'm gonna stop that as soon as this is over because I don't want that to continue on. Okay, went through the Anthropic chat model. Yeah, let's stop it right there and add the instruction of get. Let me send this over here. Your helpful assistant that answers the user. Okay, so another thing I'll do here is max iterations will be 4. Save. And now let's make that same question once again. Okay, nice. So this was pretty fast. It only used the tool, like each tool once. And what it returned was Chinese AI startup has secured 500 million. Yeah, nice. This is just really awesome. And I believe that if we place a memory in here, it will keep track of the tools it used previously, and then it won't have to fetch the Firecrawl tools down here. If you want this workflow, just head over to the AI Forge community, which will be in the description of the video. If you have a quick question, just let me know in the comment section. But other than that, see you in the next video. Till then.